Yo, people, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of the APF podcast, episode 48. It is the most phenomenal man that has shocked system, aka the coach,
It's your boy going
sir.
forward. And this week,
Come on, man. Come on.
there's no
We need this
fancy
energy.
basketball. Whoa. I am here energized. I love, man, I'm watching the stream. It's hilarious. But hey, man, it's your boy going forward. And today, there's no fancy sports except like UFC, which I don't care about. So now I'm bored and I have no video games to play. So let's get into today. To me, the biggest story of today for me is finding out a guy and his brother traveled 1,300 miles. That's 1,300 to buy over 17,700 balls of hand sanitizer from 3 different states to sell it on Amazon and eBay to make money. It is not about them trying to be good people. It's about them trying to make a big buck because everybody is looking for hand sanitizer. And man, that's wrong, man. You can't. Why are they doing? They spent all that gas to buy all that sanitizer that they're now because Amazon's taking them out. They're not gonna make any money. Now, I read here that they posted 300 bottles of sanitizer, and they sold them all for between $8 and $70 each. Higher than what he has bought them for. To him, it was crazy money. He said. To many others, it was profiteering from a pandemic. Now, I think He was profiteering from a pandemic easily.
Now, I am back, but can continue, please.
Well, I was just talking about how these two brothers traveled over 1,300 miles to buy nearly 18,000 balls of sanitizer from
Eight.
3 different
What the fuck is
states.
you gonna do with
18,000.
18,000? What the fuck is you gonna do with $18,000? I said 18,000. 18,000 bottles of sanitizer.
Well, they want to sell
I
it.
mean, I
And
mean, I know what you could do with it, but at the same time, it's like damn, it got this shit got us doing this shit now.
yeah, but I was reading to the people. This guy went, yeah, obviously on that road trip. He went to Tennessee and Kentucky. He had a U-Haul truck, um, and with 1,000 balls of hand sanitizer and thousands of packs of antibacterial wipes, from like some uh small stores in the backwoods. He said he has posted 300 balls of it and sold them immediately for $8 to $7 each. So obviously this man's trying to profit off a pandemic because people love to do that. But the
They
next
love
day,
these
Amazon,
scumbags.
yeah, well, I mean, he is a scumbag. Um, he went out 3 different states, to at least 2 different states I've seen, and purchased thousands of antibacterial wipes and thousands of wipes and all kinds of stuff. Um, and now the next day, which I guess is today, Amazon pulled his items and thousands of other listings for sanitizer, wipes, and face masks. They don't want to. People are running up the prices, and Amazon's saying you can't run up those prices. And so they took people off. eBay has now banned sales of mask or sanitizer on their website because, as you know, people are trying to use this as a way to make money. So when everything goes back to normal, they can have money in the bank. And this guy, what is he doing? He's just sitting with a bunch of sanitizer, not knowing how to sell it or get it out of his place. And
Well, yeah, obviously, in this type of situation, you do not think anybody is going to smarten up and try and like cut off like any type of way for you to sell any kind of item. Just like how Nike, they cut off when Kobe died, they cut off anything of their website. So I mean, like resellers couldn't go on Nike and buy the shit and buy like any Kobe items and then resell them. And some of the people, but it's kind of different because not everybody needs I'm pretty sure people would like to have it, but it's not really a need. Hand sanitizer and all these other things that keep you clean and help you prevent yourself from getting like any kind of bacteria. People need that shit. That's why stores are limiting like water. That's why you see toilet paper gone, paper towel gone, hand sanitizer gone, anything clean. You go on like all these catalogs that you get in the mail. You buy this, you get this free. Like all this cleaning, this shit getting out of hand. This shit getting
Yeah,
out of hand.
yeah. And I was just reading. Oh, all right, is everything good now? Okay.
No, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was just because I was hearing a little bit echo, but okay. So I was reading
Coming
here.
from me.
No,
It was coming from
it may
me.
have been. No, I thought it sounded like my voice. That's why I was saying there was a little bit
Oh,
echo, but it's okay now,
oh.
so it doesn't matter. So I'm reading here about another. There's multiple other sellers doing the same thing. Chris Anderson said he bought about 10,000 masks from stores around Ohio. He used coupons to buy packs of 10 for about $15 and resold them for $40 to $50. He made after Amazon's cut in other costs, he estimates he made a $25,000 profit from it. Right now,
25.
he's holding, yeah, 25,000. Yes, yeah, roughly. That's a lot of. He's selling now. If he buys them for around $15 and resells them for 40 to 50, he does make a double the profit or even triple the
He makes
profit.
at least $20. He makes at least $20.
Yeah, at least $20, mostly more. If this is how if the range is 40 to 50 and he bought them for around 15, then he's making a really big profit. Now he's holding 500 packs of the wipes after Amazon blocked him for selling them for 90 each, up from 16 weeks earlier. He bought the packs for $3 each, so he's going to. I don't know if he's going to lose money, and I don't feel bad for him because it's people like him who
I'm,
take.
oh no! I'll just make my point after. I'll just because
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about it. So you can finish. I'll just make my
Oh,
point after.
all right, got it. Look, I don't know. I don't feel bad for the guy. Number one, he's part of the problem why people don't have anything to buy. I don't care if you bought them from some backwoods place or whatever. You don't need to hoard. You're using people's fear and people's apprehension to make your profit. So nobody should feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for any of them. If they get into trouble or they have thousands of this shit lying around, good riddance. Because you should have never done stuff like this, man.
So my take is like it's like you can he has like how many left over?
Like 500. This Anderson got 500.
And how much did he pay for it?
Uh, well, these are the wipes. He paid around $15, $16 for them. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he
So
bought them for $3 each. I'm sorry, $3
yeah,
each.
that's what I was talking about. So he bought them for $3 each. So he's not really losing any money if he unless he throws it away or unless he throws it away. Now he could be a good citizen and and just start handing them out to people. Help out other people in your whole wherever you live. Start like saying going to your neighbor's house or some shit. Put it on social media. Maybe get you a little traction or something. But this in this day and age, we don't like to help out our own in times like this. We just don't for some reason, and I don't know why he thought it was a good idea to buy that much. Which it can be debatable. Like it can be up and down. Meaning you can have some for a long ass time, or you can be that person that bought it for a certain reason, and now you have no other reason to have it now. So, and you don't want to think about helping anybody else out, helping like your family, like helping family first, helping your friends, helping like strangers that you see. Tell them like, hey, I got this amount. I bought a lot extra over. You can keep it. Blah blah blah. But we don't do that. Me personally, if I did, I'll be giving them out. But I don't have the luxury to be able to do that yet. So it's whatever.
I mean, damn, dude. He wants to say that he's fixing the inefficiencies in the marketplace. I mean, if you want to say so, okay. I mean, you could have just
How do
told
you
people,
fix the?
man. Well,
How the
because
fuck are you fixing
of
the
the
inefficiency? What is?
because the in the big time cities, there's no sanitizer, no wipes, no mask, and all that. While he goes and says, well, the Dollar General in the middle of nowhere outside of Lexington, Kentucky doesn't have that. And he wants to say that he's selling these things at these incredible prices because of the multiple of the labor. All I know is I've bought a lot of things from these people, these stores. Why they don't sell these things at like 10 times the price it was before? Holy crap!
No, they
You
don't.
know,
If
I
anything,
mean, I
if
know
anything, those big bottles that we see, if those big bottles that we see, like hand sanitizer, those are probably like what $5, $6 at the most, depending on the size from the general stores. So
these people like this piss me off, and that's why I do hope I did read that he's finding ways. He's going to find a way now to donate them. Yeah, you should donate them because you've made enough money. So that's why. Let's just be honest. Oh, let me donate them. Well, I
that's what
made
I'm
enough
saying.
money. I've already plundered off people enough, so I don't have to worry about doing it anymore.
That's
And
what
he
I'm
let
saying is
people
like
donate.
you. That's what I'm saying. Just donate the bitches. Just donate the shits if you don't want it. What the hell? What? If you want the damn thing, you can just give it away to somebody else. Just give it away if you don't want it. You bought it for one reason and one reason only, and that's to sell and make money off this pandemic crisis that we're going on. And now that shit is now that all these online sites canceled your way of making money, now your ass mad as hell. You can't do nothing with that shit. So what are you gonna do? Just find a way to just give it away.
I'm just gonna say this. He should not have. He should have not put his name on Times though. I would have kept my name cut shut. Hell no, I would have not let
See,
any way put my name on anything. Nope, 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 nope.
so what's his race?
He's white, dude. White. That's
Well,
what
see, well, I'm not trying to make like any trying to racial things going on, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're black. We're not stupid. We're
Yeah, he's
black. We know
stupid.
where we know where we stand. We're not gonna do some dumb shit like that and put our name out there. No, that's not happening.
Yeah.
We're not that retarded. We're not that retarded. I'm sorry to say the whites, but y'all niggas,
Just
y'all just don't know how to y'all just don't know how to
dumbass, man.
keep y'all stuff. I can't
Yeah,
even
this
say it.
dumbass.
I can't even get it out. I can't even get it out. Y'all just don't know how to act, man. Y'all just don't know. I can't, and I
Man,
can't.
I just don't like when people use fear and apprehension and you know caution and just not knowing anything to profit. Just like these fucking stores are doing in real life. Who now, because we would need to buy them, want to jack up the price of shit so they can make a profit. Like, come on now, you don't have to jack up that price. You guys are gonna make money regardless. You're gonna make money regardless. The
You know the
Walmart.
one. You know the one kind of store that has a full load of everything.
What?
Asian Asian markets.
Yeah, Asian
Asian
markets.
markets.
Yeah, because people, since because people don't trust them because, they're the ones who. That's where the virus started, so people don't trust them. So yeah, if you don't have, if you're not like blatantly racist or whatever you can call it for being racist because you believe that
Well, yeah,
race
basically saying
is a
if
virus.
you're not racist, you're not against Asians, then go ahead and go over there.
Yeah, why not? I'm not close to him. Just buy that shit, put that money, go out. Buy all the Pearl and Clorox and all that shit. That's what I saw a picture
Oh,
on Twitter yesterday too. I was like, damn, y'all so dumb.
yeah, that's what I seen too. I was like, Y'all over here creating lines in front of the general stores. Asian places, they got it too. They got it too. Nobody going over there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nobody going over there. But I don't even. This is right. This is random as hell. I go to school. One of my friends, one of my old friends from high school, this nigga talking about it's not that serious. I'm like, nigga, what? You tripping? You big tripping, dog. You big tripping. I told this man that you do realize stores are sold out for a reason, right? Because of this virus. So when you catch that shit, first of all, don't come near me. God forbid you come near me at all. And second off, I'm gonna say I told your ass what happened. Told your ass how serious this was, and you want to go keep playing games. That's tough. You know what I'm talking about? It's not that serious. Nigga, what? 258 people died yesterday in Italy. Tell me that's not serious. Because Italy has very bad health. Their health system over there is very terrible. It's always the European places that are terrible with their health cases. It's always the overseas, but the US is obviously the best one. And then you go overseas basically, and it's terrible, especially in Africa with their water situation. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one. I'm sorry, no one in Africa. I'm sorry, Africa hasn't been talked about in this whole thing.
Well, there just hasn't been very many cases for them at all, or they probably would be talking about it right now. To be honest with you, just not a lot of cases that I've seen. I haven't even looked really, but let me look here actually real quick for the cases. But I want to say it just hasn't been very many cases. To be honest with you, maybe.
I think I've been seeing.
Okay, here we go.
Neil Druckmann. Okay.
So yeah, the Neil Druckmann thing. Yes. We'll talk about that.
I think he's talking about. I think he talked about pushing back Last of Us 2 again.
Oh, because there's another thing with about him in the Kotaku article written by Jason Schreier. That's what I thought you were talking about, but I wouldn't be surprised if he.
Yeah, that's what I did see some Jason Schreier in there, but I was focused on The Last of Us 2. That's what I was focused on.
Yeah, let me see. I'm looking at the main stories for The Last of Us 2. The only reason I say there's no reason to push it back is the game is going to be released in over a month. One and two, you can buy it online, so I don't think it would do too much to really delay it, really. But I do know that Last of Us is kind of been in the news right now because we just found out that The Last of Us is getting a HBO TV show, which is going to be interesting. But the number one reason why they're in the news right now is because of the culture of crunching. And if you don't know what crunch culture is, it is when...
Yes, please enlighten me, sir.
Well, crunch culture. Okay, so let me actually find the Kotaku article about it. But crunch culture is basically you working an insane amount of hours in a short amount of time.
Wait, before you finish, is there a delay?
Yeah, it's probably a delay. Yes, there's always a delay.
That's what I'm thinking because every time I talk, you go quiet, and it's like I think there's like a delay or some shit.
Yeah, there's a built-in delay with a lot of the different websites who allow you to speak like Skype in them. Really, if you had Discord and stuff, I believe their delay is like really slow. Not a lot. So it's pretty good, but obviously I think you have to pay for that or whatever. Or is it free? I have no idea. Is it easy? Oh, is Discord free? And also, don't you have to put it with being able
You have to
to
do
record
OBS.
it.
You,
Yeah,
you have
OBS
to
and
do
all that, and
OBS
just don't have.
in Discord. So
Yeah,
you would have to obviously have a very high level laptop or high level PC to do that shit.
yes,
So we don't really need
yes.
that shit anyway because we just but but it's just there. Later on down the line, gonna use it. Maybe
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, true.
But anyways, I'll enlighten me on this thing that you was talking about. I forgot.
Okay, so
Already.
I'm on the actual article by Jason Schreier that was published last Thursday morning, where it talks about he talked to I believe it was 11 people about the culture in Naughty Dog. The crunch culture where these guys gotta work these ungodly hours to finish games. Which if you didn't hear, you also know he also wrote a article on Rockstar's crunch culture for the Grand Theft Auto games that we heard about. And uh, before I'll give you the actual what the article's about and what how I what I, but I'll quickly let me just give you how I feel about it. I'm somebody who is not going to sit here and cape up for these people. You know what you're going to get into. Um, they may not tell you to crunch, but you know they want you to crunch. But if you don't feel like crunching, then don't crunch. Now, maybe that's a naive take by me because you have to crunch to get these games in, but there's people who don't. I'm sure there are people who work there that don't want to crunch. They just do the work they can. They go home. Why is it? What people want to complain about this, but my thing is they never tell you have to crunch. They want you to, but they don't want to tell you. Now, if now from what I read also in this story, people got like peer pressure into wanting to stay because I don't want to go home and these people stay here. I don't know why that matters. Why the hell does that matter about what people are? Oh, if they want to sit here and stay here until tomorrow morning and make themselves less healthy, go ahead. I'm going home. That's why I was reading this thing. I said I was gonna go home and not sit here for 12 hours and do this animation work if I don't need to. They're paying me for a certain amount of hours. I don't gotta work more than over. And overtime in gaming is so weird and very, very ubiquitous to actual overtime. And so for me, I don't feel bad for these people. You know what you're in there. And if the implication is to get the job done at all cost, well, you should tell them I'm gonna get the job done at the right cost, which is whatever my work hours are. I'm out. So
From
you know,
now, from what I understand of this, is like me. I don't think I think I get the hours. I get the hours I paid for. I leave. I'm not gonna overdo. Maybe I might. Maybe I might stay over like an hour or two. But other than that, usually I'll be gone because I'm not gonna stay over until what I'm not gonna get paid for. That's how I operate. That's how I am. That's my thought process. If I'm not gonna get paid for something I work over, then I'm not gonna stay. Simple as that.
yeah. I
So
mean, they get paid, but what I'm reading here, because I'm gonna find it real quick, is just like the way they do overtime, and especially in California, is just really weird. And obviously, this is things that people deal with. Um, there's something called crunch dinners for people who like to crunch and need to eat, um, which is crazy. But so here is it about um, the crunch in terms of being paid. As typical in California, contractors and those working for hourly pay at Naughty Dog are paid time and a half after 8 hours and double time after 12. But many are on limited contracts and they aren't eligible for bonuses or other perks. For contractors, the carrot of full time employment was an incentive to put in overtime hours. So these guys do get paid um, for time and a half after 8 hours, which I don't know what that means. Is it like an hour and a half? Not really put well in the article. What the hell is time and a half? What does that even mean? But okay, I do understand double time, which is you get paid double the hours, double the pay after 12 hours, which is okay. Um, Now you know they crunch is just inevitable in gaming, and so this is what I don't understand is how do you want people to crunch? Like all these developers talk about, oh, we got crunch culture. Well, then why didn't I would have loved to know what would they want Naughty Dog to do? Maybe if I was Naughty Dog, I would ask these guys, what do you want us to do to help with the crunch culture? What do you want us to do to help limit it? Because they tried to put in, I read, a production schedule so that the crunch isn't so bad, but they had to scrap the entire thing, and so it made the crunch bad again. Now, some people like the crunch, some people don't, which tells me crunch is more of a case by case thing. Some people don't like it, and some people don't care. And to me, that's why I don't feel that bad. If you've got kids, you got wives, go home then. You can do the work tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. There just is. There's always a tomorrow to do your work. You don't have to sit there and waste your life away doing that work right then and there.
That is true. But some people out here they've got that pack dog mentality that no, I can't leave this unfinished. I can't go until it's done type of shit. But that gets you sometimes it's good, but most of the time it doesn't get you nowhere at all. It takes your health away. It messes up your relationship. It does so many other things that not even we know about. So there's got to be some point
I
where you just gotta say you're gonna call it quits.
Yeah, look, I would Naughty Dog should. I read from the Jason Schreier from his Twitter. He said should Naughty Dog discourage basically alcoholism, but workaholicism. Oh, they should. They should tell people, look. I would say if you want to work later, you can work. But if you don't, we always got tomorrow. Just do it tomorrow. That would be me. I don't want a bunch of overworked people on me, and then a couple months before my game comes out, there's a freaking story about the culture at my workplace. I don't want that. I would tell people do not work all these hours. Okay, work the hours I pay you for and go home. But if you want to work those hours, that's great. I'm not gonna. I don't encourage. I want to encourage nobody to do that. But I do think that all these game companies, you should try to discourage it, really. But then again, their whole practice is to find a bunch of workaholics. So I mean, they would really have to fundamentally change how they do things if they really want to discourage it. But for me, I would not discourage it. So
Discourage them from working hard.
I would discourage them if they're so concerned about working all these long hours. I would just tell them work the hours you can work, go home. But if you want to work the later hours for your own personal work to finish the game, go ahead. I don't agree with Naughty Dog kind of enabling the culture of crunch, but I do agree that they should try and limit workaholism because it's a real thing. Some people really like to work. It's like drinking, right? Like a lot of people like to drink, overdrink to soothe their sorrows away. Some people like that with work. When something happens to them, they get into the work. I would discourage that for people and say you need to go home and rest and all that stuff. Just work the hours you're here for and stuff. But hey, if you want to come here and work, for whatever reason, eh, don't go in no story 6 months from now and be like, well, they encourage crunch culture or workaholics. I wouldn't want that on my conscience. Just me. That's just
Yeah,
me, man.
I don't even what you call it? I don't even like me myself. I don't even like to push myself to limits that I can't even do that don't make sense. But like I said, some of these people out here they just want to work. They just want to work hard until they can't do it no more. So you just gotta let them. At the end of the day, you just let them do what they want to do and pay the prices later.
Yeah, I still think
But
I still think if these guys really have an issue, then go raise it with the people at your workplace, and then go raise it with, and then go unionize. Maybe you should try and unionize and find find a way to work with all these different game companies to get some kind of uniformity. But in the end, you can't do that if there's gonna be those people who say I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being overworked like a maniac. So I don't feel that bad. That's just me. But you know, for regular, this is a gaming problem. This is net. It's funny enough how this is always a gaming problem, and no other work of life has this problem because people understand. But in gaming,
because people know what it is in the work business. They're not there trying to sell their souls to these companies that they work for, rather than all these gaming companies that have a time. These gaming companies. They have a time limit where we make where like a game series, for example, it will last this amount of time. I mean, we can't tell how long it can last, but this game series lasts this amount of time. Let let's savor the moment of working on this game while we can, because we may not come out and make any more of the games of that certain series or that certain game at all.
yeah, I mean, yeah, great. Everything people do great. If you want to be great, it's gonna take a cost. It took Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant. He took a cost being who he was, being at the gym, shooting up thousands of shots for hours on end. It was a cost. He probably didn't see his kids a lot, his wife a lot, as much as he could, even though he loved them. But it takes a cost. It takes a part of you to become great. I'm sorry. It just does. If you think great, okay, let's limit everybody to 8 hours. Let's see how good games are. Oh, wait, people start complaining. So, and plus, Naughty Dog does what a lot of companies do. They hire people who want to work hard, and I just don't see a problem with it for me. But I don't care. It's like what BG said. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't say you don't like the crunch culture, and then you want to say the opposite. I'm not a hypocrite. I've never cared. They know what they're going into. Naughty Dog is a demanding place. I'm pretty sure they all talk to each other and they know how Naughty Dog is, and they still go in there. So I don't care. Do I feel bad for them? Not really. I'm sorry. I just can't. It's like feeling bad for a basketball player. Their job is to be in the gym way longer than they really need to be. Yeah, that's how LeBron James became LeBron James, and who's a really good talented player who never was good, like they should have been.
Brandon Roy.
Well, yeah, Brandon Roy kind of was an injury thing, right? Like, oh man, who was a?
I
There's got to
mean,
be a player.
he should have been good. I mean, he was
I
good,
mean,
but the
his
injury was
knees
holding
gave
him
out
back.
though. He had this. He had
Greg
some
Oden.
degenerative
What
knees.
about Greg Oden? What about Greg Oden?
Uh, yeah. I honestly I would say somebody like who would it be? Like Carmelo Anthony. That would be me.
Carmelo, he's good. Oh, come on now.
Carmelo Anthony should have
Carmelo,
been a better defensive. He never tried defensively for his entire career. When he was actually healthy and he could run, was always a bad defender. Should have been better. Should have been LeBron
I know.
James.
The only time he tried hard on defense was against Kobe in 2009.
And that's not good enough. Should have tried harder every
I,
year. Because if you have tried hard
I
on
don't.
defense, people have liked him a lot more. and he'll be more favorably looked at. But that's one guy who should try hard at basketball. Because defense is half of basketball. I know people think basketball is just ball handling and shooting. No, it's about getting your ass in that seat and defending, especially when you're 23. I understand if you're 33, but you're 23 and you still don't play no defense. Like Trae Young needs to play defense.
Yeah.
He needs to try. He needs to try. I know he's small, but he needs to try. I'm just gonna say you gotta try. It's at least try. But that's just me, anyways. What other stories there apart from these? I'm fucking tired of these Naughty Dog employees. They complain for everything. Cancel culture, crunch culture, whatever culture. You know what it is. Deal with it or unionize.
Naughty Dog is just like these fucking Xbots and Sony ponies. All they do is bitch and complain about their damn games and shit. Like, stop sucking off this piece of plastic and stop complaining about your work environment. Y'all the reasons why these games are looking like how they are, and y'all are the reasons why these consoles are how they are. Cause y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want. Y'all keep complaining about more shit that the developers listen to. They listen to y'all niggas bitch and complain, and they put in the input that you say that you want in the system or anything, and you still complain. So it's like fuck. So like shut up. So it's like
For
shut
me,
up.
they should really, if they really wanted to change, go talk to them. Oh, if everybody wants to change, go talk to them. If you want to. Now, I know you're scared. You don't want to talk because if I talk, I lose my job. I understand. But at some point, some people, everybody needs to get their balls up, get themselves, and talk. You gotta talk. If you don't talk to them, I don't know what the hell nothing's gonna change. You know,
They need to take the pants off your wife. You need to take the pants off your wife and put them on yourself because you need to grow a pair set and just be a man for once. You are a man. You should act like one and be one. The fuck? Stop being scared. Scary ass niggas think can't step up to the plate because their job might be on the line. Fuck off.
Can they at least try and talk to them? Try and unionize. Do something if you really want better conditions. But if you want to keep hoping Naughty Dog changes, Naughty Dog, if this game's good and a bunch of people leave again, they'll be fine because Naughty Dog doesn't care. They keep shitting out good games. And let's be honest. Nobody's gonna care about the story by next week, anyways. Yeah. So what's the next? What else is there?
The NBA is gone. The NBA
the
is
NBA is
gone.
Everything's gone.
Rudy Gobert got it, and Donovan Mitchell got it.
Yep.
And I know they mad. I know some people in the Jazz organization is mad at him for being careless, which they have every right to be.
They should be. He's dumb. He over there rubbing his hands on all those people's stuff. He over there rubbing his hands on all his teammates and their stuff. Just because you want to come out here and be all brash and like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me. Like, nah, dude, it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing.
I don't know why he touched all those mics.
Because he wanted to prove that this virus isn't going to change anything. Like, come on, man. People are scared. People do not want to touch nobody. Everybody said it is through touch and people coughing through the droplets you cough. That's the reason why they put their mics right there and sat down and say their questions and you talk. Now, I would say this. I don't know how they're going to, if he's talking, even if he didn't touch that mic, he is talking, right? And we all know where the saliva sprays a lot of different places. Who's to say he doesn't go on those mics? You know, like it could have
That is true. That's true.
yeah, it could have one of those mics. Very different ways. And also with Rudy Gobert getting the coronavirus confirmation, it has now triggered a not only a change.
Somebody in Boston.
It
It's
basically
somebody in
triggered the
Boston
end.
got it.
Yeah, who got in Boston?
Some kid that he interacted with.
Oh
He got it.
yeah. That's why a Native American group in Utah who met Rudy Gobert is trying to get tested now for the coronavirus. A lot of people are trying to get tested about him, but pretty much Rudy Gobert canceled every single major sporting event for like 5 months. Essentially, that's what he did.
I mean, we can't totally blame it on him.
Oh, you sure? Because
I mean,
from what I read,
he's not the one that started it. He is part of the reason, but he's not. Let's not look over the fact that he got it later.
Okay, but let's look at the facts. These people, if Rudy Gobert never gets tested positive, then the NBA is still playing with no fans. The Masters is still happening with no fans. The NCAA tournament is still happening with no fans. NASCAR is still happening with no fans.
Those scumbag NCAA people would have still kept it going. They didn't give a fuck. Why do you think? Why do you think they was playing the game still without fans? They don't give a damn. They're all about their money.
They're idiots. Well, they're weird and they're idiots, and they wanted to do something or whatever. They said it was the cities. The cities were part of the decision making. Okay, whatever. But Rudy Gobert ended every single major sports thing for months. He did. Because from what I kept hearing, everybody kept saying once the NBA got a confirmed coronavirus case, we had to just end it. The NHL shares a lot of stadiums with the NBA. So once the NBA closed down when Rudy Gobert got it, the NHL went away. Right? And then also because of that, all the other leagues just had to shut down because if they were playing and the NBA wasn't playing, they would be looked at bad and it's bad optics and everything like that. So they had to go down. But yes, Rudy Gobert. This is the Rudy Gobert shutdown, the Rudy Gobert incident. That's what they'll call it one day. When you go on Wikipedia, somebody will write up as the Rudy Gobert incident, which led to the cancellation.
He's a three-time defensive player of the year award winner.
That's some of the cheesiest. That award is literally made for big guys. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, Michael Jordan won it.
Yeah, but that's way more impressive than Rudy Gobert. Anytime any guy that's not a center wins it, I'm way more impressed. The center, especially him, it's like, well, duh, he's gonna get like $2.5 per game. Got teams driving a bunch. Does that make him a great defender? That just makes him a great rim defender, not a great defender. That's just me. Like when Draymond Green wins it, it's impressive. You know why? Because Draymond Green guards, twos, threes, and fours. That's why it's impressive. When LeBron James wins it, he guards ones, twos, threes, and fours. When Ben Wallace did it, he guards everybody. So I'm way more impressed. That's just me. I'm a guy, I put things in context. He's a great rim defender, not great defender. But we all know this.
Because let's put Rudy Gobert out on the perimeter for 30 minutes. So let's see how long he's gonna last. The game will be unbalanced.
Let's just put him there for 15 seconds. I saw the Clippers. Steph Curry dribbled circles around him. He has no shot. But I'm more mad at Rudy Gobert because he got my boy Donovan Mitchell coronavirus. Now he gave it to him.
I know he's mad at him. I know he's obviously mad at him.
all of them are mad at that dude. Like he needs to worry about like being on that team. I'm just saying, let's just be honest. It's just like what happened to DAngelo Russell when he did it to Nick Young. Like that stuff can lead a team to trade you. I'm just saying. Who do you think the Utah Jazz wants more? Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell? If it ever got that bad. Duh, they want Donovan Mitchell. So Rudy
Yeah, because
Gobert,
Donovan Mitchell, he can produce more than Rudy Gobert, obviously.
yeah, the Jazz could find another big guy that can protect well enough. You can't find another guy who can average 24 per game, especially on a team like that needs scoring. I do hope it gets better for Rudy Gobert and that he can, be able to mend defenses. But let's talk about all these different leagues. I mean, the NHL suspended their season for right now. The MLB suspended their season 2 weeks in advance.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about those dudes?
Well, it matters as a sports fan, even though I don't watch that boring sport. It's still important to talk about them being suspended because it just shows you how serious it is for all these leagues that Rudy Gobert getting sick or getting the virus essentially canceled all of sports. They took away the basketball tournament. I mean, damn, we may have the NBA Finals in late June.
Yeah, and it's gonna fuck up the whole shit.
Yeah, it will. It's gonna mess
It's gonna
up
fuck up
everything.
the All-Star game is gonna fuck. It's gonna fuck up a lot of shit.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing everybody talk about, and this is an important thing for us NBA fans because we're primarily about the NBA. People are now talking about maybe because of the coronavirus, we may have some kind of mid-season break before the playoffs. That's what I'm hearing now. I heard Rachel Nichols talk about it because people have been looking for ways to make the regular season matter more or shorter, and now basically the NBA season will be short this year by choice. Does it become the norm? Probably not. But how interesting would it be for LeBron James, a Kawhi Leonard, and a Steph Curry and a Klay Thompson in a perfect situation, all healthy, get 2 weeks to rest, and we go play like we play like 5 more regular season games and then playoffs. How amazing would that be? The NBA playoffs would be so amazing. I mean, it'd be so great. It would be.
And all those dumb in-season tournaments would be completely eliminated because I think that's stupid.
Yeah, look, there's no way. Those mid-season tournaments are stupid. They just are. Ain't nobody want to do no mid-season tournament.
Oh,
Ain't nobody want to
what
do
I
that
get when
dumb
I win
shit.
a couple M's? I'm already getting a couple M's already. Why that shit don't matter? The fuck?
Here's my thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what they doing.
Talking about in-season tournament, nigga. I already got a couple M's already. I'm already making a couple M's in like a couple months. Why I need? I don't need this. I don't need that during the in-season tournament. It's whatever. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, look. Nobody wants that shit. This is stupid. This is Adam Silver saying that nonsense. There's one thing I don't like Adam Silver is I know he's trying to be like innovative, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. In-season tournament. Come on now.
That's just making players play more excessive games than they should.
I'm so confused. I just read that the Florida Senate declared the Florida State Seminoles their 2020 national champions. For them, I don't even understand. I don't even know what the hell.
Wait, he declared the
Yeah, the
he
Florida
declared
State
who
Senate
national champions?
the Florida Senate, the Senate of Florida, declared Florida State the national champions of the 2020 NCAA season. I don't know how the fuck that works.
Well, he declared. What the fuck, bitch?
I don't even get this.
What's their record? What's their record?
They're like 26-5.
That's the best in the whole league.
No, of course that's not the best in the whole thing. They're just being. I don't even know what this is supposed to like show.
What the
I don't
fuck?
even know what the fuck
That's not the best in the league. Why are they champions? See, look, this is what I'm talking about. This dumb shit. They're doing.
Why is that? Like, why are they announcing them champions? It's not even real. It's like when what was that team? Well, it was a team in college football. Like a couple years ago, they gave themselves like a banner for being national champions. Even though they weren't in the tournament. I was like, are y'all dumb? People like that, them people are crazy right there. Those people are losers. Oh, they're the champions. Man, Florida State would lose to somebody. Stop lying. They've lost to 5 teams already. How are they the champions?
I don't.
Man, that's just
I don't.
stupid.
They're national champions. Get the fuck. Man, please. Tired. This coronavirus got people doing some dumb shit now.
Yeah, it really does. Man,
So
it's crazy.
So is that all?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's just not very many stories right now. Not the world's stopping. It's kind of stopped. That's just kind of what happens right now. Though I did obviously I went to Chase and I did see a woman have like a giant stacks of 20s and ones though. She was putting them in the safe or some shit. That was crazy. I was like, damn, that's some big stacks.
She put in a safe.
Yeah, like it had to be put in her account or something, because she was having these big stacks of ones and 20s and just giving it to this woman to go put in something. Like, damn, man. Whoa, I was like, shit, that's a lot of stacks right there. Where'd she get them stacks from? Damn.
Work. All busting her ass at work.
That's crazy right there. I've never seen that shit in my life. That's crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Well, with that being said, I think that's it.
Yeah, we're done. I mean, ain't nothing else today. Well, it's time to get out of here.
No. So, with that being said, this is another fire episode of the APF podcast, episode 48. It is I, the most phenomenal man that has shocked the system once again, aka the coach.
And it's your boy going forward. And I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and then stay safe out there as you go through the coronavirus. So hopefully things go back to normal.
Don't be going to 3 states and buying 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer and trying to sell that bitch and get mad and you can't get no money off it.
I mean, the dude made like a profit. He made some kind of substantial profit. But he's got still a good amount. Like, that's why I don't feel bad for the guy. He's already made a substantial profit, so fuck him. If he can't lose any money, good. He's a cuck. He's a fucking cuck. Anyways, I'm out of here. Let's get out of here.
And make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Link in the description. And we out. Ah!